Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Please take a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, what do we call you, Sagar or Shamrao?
Sir, Sagar. Sagar is my first name, sir.
Okay, Sagar, will you please introduce yourself to the board?
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Dethe, Sagar Shamrao. I am 24 years old. I am from Jalgaon district of Maharashtra. I completed my schooling till 12th standard from nearby town and did my graduation in Pune from Ferguson College in subject of zoology in 2019. Since then, I have been preparing for this examination. Sir, my hobbies are solving wordles, and also I like to do imitative singing, and also when I am at my home, I like to occasionally engage in household farming activities.
Okay, you said you studied in Ferguson College. Who
Yes,
was
sir.
Ferguson?
Sir, Ferguson was the viceroy of the then Bombay presidency. He was the,
Viceroy.
no, sir, he was the governor of
Yeah,
the
he was
then
governor
Bombay
of Bombay.
presidency.
So who founded your college actually?
Sir, the founders were from mostly Pune. Vishnu Shastri Chipdunkar was there, Bal Gangadhar Tilak was there, and also Agarkar was there. These were the main founders of my college.
So they were main social reformers and nationalists. Why did they name the college after Ferguson?
Sir, I think the reason behind is that the Bombay presidency allotted half of the land plot to establish the college, and also gave the authority and permission to establish it. So that's why under those circumstances they named the college after him.
Okay, so now this name changing business is going on. You've seen for the last few years.
Yes,
So
sir.
why haven't they changed it? Even now it's carrying on the same name.
There is no as per that demand to change the name of Ferguson, and also the name has established itself as a brand, we can say, in the field of education, not only in India but also all over the world. So
Okay.
if it sustains that credibility, then I don't think that it should be changed.
Okay, so like Maggie Noodles, you'd like to keep Ferguson College as a brand.
Not a brand, sir, but it has some esteem associated with that name.
Okay, excellent.
And if there is no demand, then I don't
Okay,
think.
tell
it
me,
should-
you've placed Danix above all the other services like railway management service.
Yes, sir.
So why? It's a Group B service, and wouldn't you like to be part of a Group A service after this prestigious exam? Railways is a very prestigious service.
Yes, sir. I acknowledge that railways is a good service, but my prime motive to prepare for this examination was to join the ground level civil services, wherein I can have the public touch and also engage in the activities to make things more easier and facilitate the common things for them.
Railways, you
Yes,
have
sir.
better touch with the people. You are directly in touch with them. You get beaten up by them, threatened by them. You book tickets for them. You make life easier for them. So
Yes, sir. I know that it is also a good platform to serve the people, but herein the wider role of career and also the job opportunities that are varied in nature. That's why I got attracted towards the civil services more. And also, sir, the category Group B, I don't consider it as a job category, rather a service to fulfill the motive that I am
Okay.
aiming for.
okay, excellent. Now, why didn't you take botany or zoology as a subject instead of going to anthro?
Sir, actually there are some reasons for me taking the anthropology rather than my regular graduation subjects. Sir, first is the profitability of taking this subject in the civil services. I studied the subjects of my graduation, but the scoring was not as per se, and also the anthropology subject has around half of the syllabus common to the zoology and geology subjects. And also, sir, the availability of resource material, the mentors, I was in Pune at that time, so the mentors was there, not good there. So to gain some clarity and also some interest was also there, as I had subject zoology, so that's why I took up anthropology.
Okay. Now, let's see, you've taken anthro.
Yes, sir.
See, in the country, in India, we have integrated almost all the tribes in every state
Yes, sir.
with the society, giving them all the benefits. But in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the tribes have been totally segregated. They are still living in the jungles. Why so? What is the reason for that?
Sir, some reasons which come to my mind are the geographical and isolation, that historically we haven't been in contact with them. And now
No, I'm not talking about the Sentinelese. I'm talking about the others, the one who live in the mainland right next to the civilization,
yes,
you know,
sir,
the
islands.
population.
Some reasons are, sir, actually the outsiders went there as colonizers. Actually the contacts we made were mostly in the times of British. So the tribes didn't find that chord with the outsiders. So they still consider them outsiders, and we find them not as a part of our society, but
No,
also some alien society.
They want to mix with you. They want to go. They want to go and meet the tourists. They demand, you know, things from them. They want to come and interact, but we are the ones forcing them not to. We are the ones keeping them inside the forest. They don't have medical facilities. They don't have education. They are not benefiting from whatever, you know, the society has, the progress of our civilization. So we are keeping them like animals in a jungle. So we are deciding for them. Don't you think, as a human being, they should be given a chance to decide for themselves? Why are we keeping them isolated?
Yes, sir. I definitely say that they are human beings and deserve every good thing that every human have achieved on this planet. But there are some reasons for their seclusion, like they are indigenous to that population and have adaptations to that geography. And if some outsiders go there, then some disease or some outer contact may make them sick. And
already there, outsiders are already there and living next to them.
Yes, sir, they are living, but there is this fear from the government authorities that if we did total integration to them, then this will pose vulnerability to their already dwindling population, and also the outsiders may exploit them for their personal gains, like the stigmatization to them, and also exploitation in terms of monetary benefits.
Okay, granted. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Sagar, you are from Jalgaon.
Yes, sir.
Of late, why Jalgaon is in the news?
Sir, one incident I remember, 2 weeks ago, there was Vanjari Samaj Kumbh Mela in the Jamner district, in the Jamner Tehsil of Jalgaon district. That's why it got the news. And also one incident was there that the National Commission on Scheduled Castes summoned the district collector of Jalgaon for the incidents happened to the caste related exploitations in the district. So these were the two news in recently.
Anything else?
Sir, I am not able to recall at this moment.
Okay. Your subject is anthropology.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what is synthetic theory of evolution and how it is better than the other evolutionary theories?
Yes, sir. Synthetic theory of evolution is a major breakthrough in the evolutionary processes. It is the next step of the Darwin's theory of evolution. It mainly takes into account Darwinian's theory as well as the factor of mutation, which was there totally absent in Darwin's hypothesis. So it also gave emphasis on Mendelian laws, which ensured that the mutation and the genetics play a greater role along with the environment. So it is much holistic and comprehensive than the earlier propagated theories, and was a major backbone of the genetic study in the 20th century.
Okay. Is the evolution process still going on or it has stopped?
Sir, it is still going on, but to ascertain its dominance, we first have to categorize it under microevolution and macroevolution. The macroevolution is not that much prevalent, but the microevolution in terms of speciation, newer species getting evolved and the older species getting extinct. So the microevolution is still going on, sir.
Okay. Your parents are agriculturists.
Yes, sir.
So you have heard about these 3 laws which government of India wanted to bring. In
Yes,
fact,
sir.
they are brought and they are withdrawn now.
Yes, sir, I am aware about that.
So what was exactly the opposition to these 3 laws, and what is your view?
Sir, there were mainly 3 apprehensions that the farming community had about the 3 farm laws. The first was that MSP was not linked with the contract farming prices. They demanded that MSP should be linked with contract farming prices so that it doesn't become a tool to exploit the small and marginal farmers. The second reason was to make appeal liable above the SDM's court of law. That is the SDM's court was set the last authority for the for making appeals. And also, sir, the third factor was that the Essential Commodities Act that was made to store any quantity of grains by the private merchants. So farmers felt that this would lead to exploitation of markets. So they also demanded that there should be some limit regarding this. Sir, my view is that the MSP was the major issue. It was the major bone of contention. If you made it legal right, and also the contract farming is linked with that MSP, then the laws were well and good, and they were actually the torch bearers for the modernization and technocratic advancement in the field of agriculture in India.
Okay, but shouldn't the market forces operate? If you make MSP mandatory and go in for the market operations, it's like with their hands tied, you are asking them to compete. You can't have both.
Yes, sir. I know that giving MSP a legal right will actually exclude private players from the market and will also downgrade their activities. But if we made the MSP diversified along with the inclusion of grains, vegetables, and also fruits in that, then that can be a positive solution.
Okay. And your second preference is Indian Police Service.
Yes, sir.
In recent past in Maharashtra, I have seen a lot of police and politician nexus.
Yes.
What is your view?
Yes, sir. The nexus is really a thing to worry for. I am not particularly aware about the incident, but the cases were surely there in Maharashtra. It is a thing I think is the detrimental to the public trust that we entrust on both of these functionaries, both the bureaucrats as well as the politicians. It is good that if the nexus is for developmental and positive aspects, but if hampers the democratic credentials, then it is not good thing for society and also the nation as well.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sagar,
Yes.
what are the causes of groundwater pollution?
Sir, the major causes are mainly three. The first one is natural. Here the natural lynching in terms of elements like uranium, arsenic, they get lynched to the groundwater and it gets polluted. The second is the industrial causes. Herein we left the untreated water to the on the ground, and then it sips through the particles and the contamination occurs. The third one is the anthropogenic, sir. Herein the sewage water plants, also the agricultural runoff and excessive sand mining and groundwater utilization and extraction are also the major causes for groundwater pollution.
Can there be pollution from below the water table?
Sir, I will look into that. I am not aware about that, sir.
How do you, now you mentioned some causes of the groundwater pollution. Now, how do you tackle this?
Sir, in my opinion, the first thing should be the mitigation. The major cause is the extravagant extraction of groundwater, and the recharge capacity is very low. If you are able to focus on this aspect, and also the traditional methods of rainwater harvesting and groundwater recharging like the bowlies and check dams, etc., then that can be a positive step. The second aspect is the prevention, like the sewage treatment plants, industrial runoff. If you are able to make this water treatable and make it not that much polluted on the ground itself, then the groundwater itself will not get polluted. These are the two aspects.
Okay. Australia and India are members of a 4-nation grouping, Quad. Can you
Yes,
tell me
sir.
something about Quad?
Sir, Quad is actually a 4-member initiative, which is mainly to ensure economic and trade-based facilities in the Indo-Pacific. It mainly focuses to enhance the multilateral relation among four nations, and also the broader aspect is to curtail the Chinese hegemony in the Indian
What is
Ocean
the
region.
main objective of Quad?
Sir, the main objective is not stated in its policy, but the objective is to contain the Chinese influence and assertion in the Indo-Pacific region, sir.
Okay. Now, when is the next summit going to take place?
Sir, I am not aware about Quad's next summit.
Are you aware of the Malabar naval exercises?
Yes, sir, it was.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Sir, it was a naval exercise between the countries of Quad. All the four countries participated in it. It was there in last year, and as far I am remember, each country have it every year. And
Which country is going to host it this year?
sorry, sir, I am
Okay.
not. No.
You mentioned China.
Yes, sir.
Now, China is a neighbor for us, and we follow the principle of good neighborly relations with all neighbors. What are our main issues with China?
Sir, the main issues is the first one, that China considers itself an Asian power and thinks that whole of the Asia is its backyard diplomatically. But we mainly oppose this view, as we believe in the multilateralism. The second aspect is the territorial integrity, sir. China have claims by its five-finger policy on the eastern as well as northeastern part of India, and the recent border clashes are a testimony to that. Sir, the third aspect is the ideological one, wherein we believe in the representative democracy, while China believes in the communist ideology, and it also fans violence to the northeast and other parts of India. So these are some of the issues with that.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You have written that imitative singing is your hobby. What is imitative singing?
Sir, actually it's a kind of activity wherein I like to imitate a singer's tone and his modulations while listening to his songs.
Which singer is your favorite singer?
Sir, favorite singer is Lata Mangeshkar.
Can you sing few lines of her in her tone?
Yes, sir. There is this song from Rang De Basanti that was sung by her, and if you permit me,
Yeah, few lines.
sir, it goes like this. लुका छुपी बहुत हुई सामने आ जाना, कहा कहा ढूंढा तुझे थक गई है अब तेरी माँ, आजा सांझ हुई मुझे तेरी फिक्र धुंधला गई, देख मेरी नजर आ जाना.
Okay, fine. You have written that engaging in household farming activities. What is
Yes.
this household farming activities?
Sir, actually, these are the activities wherein when I am at my village, I engage with my family members in doing the daily farming chores, like the watering the plants, spraying pesticides, and also harvesting the crops. These are the activities we usually undertake.
How much land you have?
Sir, we have total 8 acres of land.
Okay. And have you heard of the drip irrigation?
Yes, sir.
What is drip irrigation?
So drip irrigation is the application of irrigation facility to the plant, wherein we try to give the plant the drop-based application, that is to the root of the soil, root of the plant.
There is a company, famous company, which making this drip irrigation equipment in your
Yes,
area
sir.
only. Which one is that?
Sir, it is Jain irrigation.
Jain irrigation. Okay. Which country used it essentially? From which country this technology has been imported into India?
Sir, from Israel country.
Israel. Yeah, right. See, today there was a statement of Maharashtra Chief Minister regarding old pension scheme. You know old pension scheme and new pension scheme controversy?
Yes, sir, I know about it.
What is the difference?
Sir, the main difference lies in the entitlement that the participants are with. The old pension scheme gives the fixed amount as 50% of the last round salary, while the new pension scheme with the newer aspects like investment and others, the 50% is not static and confirmed, rather it varies with the amount we invest first.
Which scheme is better?
Sir, I think new pension scheme is better.
But then why the states are in competition with each other and promising in every election that they will revert back to old pension scheme?
Sir, the main reasons I think is that the public pressure that is mounted on this states, like the fixed pattern of salary that public gets in hand. So this attracts the public, and they mainly try to pursue it through the state authorities. So that's why the states are also for their political scores. They want to imply this policy in that state.
See, Maharashtra BMC elections are coming soon, and then thereafter Parliament and Assembly, and Chief Ministers are now making noises on this old pension scheme, new pension. Today there was some statement from Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. Have you seen that statement?
Sir, today I have not seen it, but he made it also around 10 or 12 days ago. Then I read about that.
What was that?
Sir,
What
he
is saying?
said that the state is considering for making the old pension scheme again activate in the state.
If suppose you are in the Maharashtra government secretariat and you are working in that department, government asks you to give you a suggestion, merits and demerits of both the schemes, and which scheme government should go for, what will your note say and why?
Sir, can I take few seconds?
Yes.
Sir, my position as a secretary is to give the balanced view to the representatives. Sir, I will mostly suggest the new pension scheme, wherein the money that gets invested and also the states put its share, it will be applied to the investment options and like the for the beneficiary of the members itself. In my opinion, sir, the Jagan Reddy model of Andhra Pradesh can be a breakthrough through this dilemma, wherein he mentioned that whatever amount and whatever increased amount you will contribute, then the state will have the same amount of share, and we will ensure at least 33% of the last drawn salary. So it's also part of new pension scheme, and also resolves this issue of the.
See, the today Chief Minister said they will find a combination of both. How will you suggest to combine both the schemes? That is what today's statement is.
Sir, I am not aware of the combination, but as I mentioned, the Jagan Reddy sir model from Andhra Pradesh, he also made this combination that he made the 40% and 80% slabs that the beneficiary contributes. The state will have equal contribution to that amount, and then they will invest it and will ensure the 33% of last drawn salary and not the 50%. So he takes into account both the investment option and also the permanent or the fixed amount of return that gets it. So I think this can be a combination of that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
How are you, Sagar?
I am fine, ma'am.
Enjoying the interview?
Yes. Yes,
Relaxed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you were talking, when you were talking with Sir, you mentioned that ideology is a problem between India and China.
Yes, ma'am.
So India has relations with all kinds of countries. You agree India is a democracy?
Yes, ma'am. India
Yeah.
is-
So, but it has relations with all kinds of countries with ideology. So is ideology really a factor in good relations between countries?
Yes, ma'am. In my personal opinion, it definitely is. Like the ideology-based relations, they are more stronger, trustworthy, and reliable. But at the same point, also the economic interest, the trade with the countries, and also people contact for enhancing the national interest from both our side and other nation side are also important. And if you are able to combine these factors with the ideology, then it becomes a stronger relationship, in my opinion.
Okay. So, since you mentioned trade relations, what are the trade relations between India and China?
Ma'am, I am not aware about the ranking, but it is one of the major partners with India, and also India is also in the top 10 export countries, trade countries of China. Recently, there was the trade passed around $140 billion, the bilateral trade, and it has also sectoral diversity, and it is since ancient times, and the main factors are the raw materials and the manufactured goods, which we are lacking in while the China is more good in that. So these are some aspects with trade in the two countries.
Is trade relation between India and China a problem between the two countries?
No, ma'am, I don't think it is a problem. In fact, despite having other sorts of problem, like recently the foreign minister termed that the relations are abnormal between the countries. Despite having this type of relations, we are actively pursuing trade with China. So for economic aspects and sustaining our economy, and also Atmanirbhar Bharat, the raw materials sourced from China are actually a good scope. They provide a good scope for India as well as China too.
Have you heard of something called trade deficit?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean?
It actually means the amount that one country exceeds in terms of export while doing imports. If I am explained in mathematical terms, then it is the amount that the deficit is there while we have more imports and less exports for a country.
So is it a good thing for a country to have a huge trade deficit with another country?
Ma'am, actually huge trade deficit is a thing of concern, because here it means that the trade is not happening on a reciprocal basis, and a one-way trade is there, which is surely a cause of concern. But it also depends on the trade material that is there. Like we have trade deficit with the West Asian countries, wherein the fuel and other energy sources, which are there in very dismal quantity in India. So this material we are not able to produce domestically. So the trade deficit is fair in that case. But if you are not able to do it in some other aspects where we are potentially capable in domestic sector, then that's a thing of concern, madam.
Okay. Tell me something. You had something called environment education in your school, right?
Yes,
you studied that. So you are following what's happening, the main environmental debates globally?
Yes, ma'am, I am following that.
You're following them. So what is loss and damage fund? Can you?
Sorry, ma'am. Can I take a guess, ma'am?
Yes.
Actually, ma'am, the fund was mainly raised in the COP 27 that was there in Egypt last year. I am not particularly aware about its objective, but it has something to do with the developing and least developed countries that have faced losses and damages due to the climate actions of the developed countries, and that's why this fund was set up to mitigate the benefits, mitigate the risk factors for all the nations.
So who's going to fund this thing?
I am not aware about it, but I think the developed countries have a major share in that fund.
You mentioned about COP 27. What does it mean, COP 27? What is COP?
Ma'am, COP is the conference of parties. The 27 was the edition of that parties. It is actually annual event of the UN. I am not able to term the full form. UNFCCC, UN Foundation for Climate Change. So they do it annually for raising the climate related concerns and also the climate justice to all the involved parties of the UN.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Sagar. Sorry. Your formal interview is over.
Okay, thank you.
How do you assess yourself today?
Sir, it was good, but it could have been better for some questions.
Okay, when is your interview scheduled?
Sir, it is on 17th this month.
17th March.
This week.
Well, I would say that you are absolutely ready for it, and you are an excellent candidate, very articulate, you can compose your answers really well, and you come out with the best points very briefly. The only thing is that sometimes you tend to keep on talking, and if the member indicates you to stop. You should take a cue and
Okay, sir.
pause,
Okay, sir.
because members might want to go on to the next question, but you keep on talking. But that's very limited amount. I didn't find it with most of the time. It wasn't there.
Okay.
You were very brief and very to the point. Now, second is when you come in, you can wish only. You don't have to wish everybody individually. You just say good morning, ma'am, and sirs. And
Okay.
then wait for permission to sit down.
Okay.
And then you don't need to take too long to open your button. You tied your button out. You took a long time opening your button, which is distracting
Okay, sir.
to the panel and to yourself also. It will be disturbing.
Okay, sir.
Either you keep it open there,
Okay.
because it looks as if you have been coached. All these coaching institutes, they tell you to walk in, then open your button and sit down.
Yes.
Then immediately the board gets that you've been coached and they start laughing. This guy is from a coaching institute. So don't do that.
Okay.
Either you keep it open or you loosen it so that you can open it just with one flick of your finger. Then read the papers in the morning of the interview also.
Yes, sir.
Keep yourself updated about the latest, because sir started asking you about what the chief minister had spoken today. So that thing will happen there also.
Yes, sir.
The board members also come with the newspapers. They've got them on their table.
Okay.
So they will ask you from there.
Okay, sir. I will look into that.
Yeah. So mostly what they will do is they will formulate questions based on your DAF. Most of the questions were from here only.
Yes, sir.
And whatever is in the newspaper related to your DAF.
Okay.
So that is the most likely question to be asked. Okay. And if they ask you to sing, because you've mentioned imitative singing, don't sing this song. I would suggest that choose a better, more popular version which you can sing properly.
Yes. Actually, I made a practice for the Abhangas, Abhangas of the Warkari Sampradaya from Maharashtra. Actually, that's why I got interested in that singing.
You've written it there, and somebody can ask you to sing the song.
Yes.
But don't sing this one.
Okay.
Okay. I would.
Yes, I wanted to say.
Yeah, I would like to tell you very frankly. I don't want to depress you or pull you down or anything.
Actually, that came in my mind at that time, and I just.
So you prepare, because somebody
Yes,
can
sir.
ask you. The 90% chance they can ask you. So prepare a very, very good popular song which will immediately make everyone swing with joy or whatever.
Sir, can I say the Abhangas at that time?
हाँ, you can.
Abhangas of Warkari Sampradaya.
जो आपकी एक्सपर्टीज है जिसमें आप बेस्ट हो वही आना चाहिए सामने.
Yes, sir.
This must be, once you have mentioned that, there is likelihood of question.
Yes,
Then
sir.
you should be ready with some very good thing which you can sing well, and the wording is also which everybody can enjoy.
Yes, sir.
Something which
And
is
will be
in
very
tune.
brief. 30 seconds, not more than 30 seconds.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. And the Marathi Abhanga, won't there be an issue, sir?
You can sing that.
Sing that.
Yes.
Nobody interested in language. They just want to put you at ease.
See, you are describing it as imitative singing. You are imitating the tone and voice and everything, modulation of a singer.
Yes.
Now, if you say Lata Mangeshkar, you should sound like Lata Mangeshkar. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you talk about somebody whom you can actually imitate
Yes, sir.
properly.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Frankly, you are not able to imitate Lata Mangeshkar.
Yes,
and
sir. In
it
fact,
is
I
not
also
even
felt
in-
that while doing.
Yeah, not in tune, nothing.
Yes, sir. I will
So-
take care of that, sir. Thank you, sir.
Don't mind it. But
No,
this
sir.
is what you need to change. But otherwise, you are outstanding and you will get very high marks. And I'm sure if you've done well in your written exam, you will be through and you will be at a good rank if you have got good marks in your written exam.
Thank you,
Same
sir.
thing, one
If
thing
I
said,
may,
answer should not be very long. He has already covered
Yes,
that.
sir.
So it should be 30 second, 45 second, not more than 1 minute, any case.
Okay, sir.
Your answer should be short and crisp. That was. He want to say something.
I just want to say that you mentioned talked about Quad. The main
Yes.
purpose of Quad is not related to China. It is to set up an open rules-based Indo-Pacific, and
Yes,
it is not
yes,
against
yes,
any
yes.
particular country, though it may have concerns relating to actions of a particular country. So that was the only point. And
Okay.
since the Australian PM has been here, so questions related to Quad, etc. So we just brush up these things.
Okay, sir. I will do that. Thank
And you have to know about trade deficit. It's the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems in China.
Yes, ma'am. I also know the figure. It has crossed the $100 billion
Yeah, it's a
recently.
huge trade. I was trying to push you in that direction. But anyway, I think you have to, as everybody said, precise. But you also said, in my opinion, in the beginning too many times. I thought that is probably.
No, you can avoid that if you can. But since the interview is now very, very near, it might be difficult to change. So you are excellent otherwise.
Okay.
Otherwise,
अब
Very
जैसे
well fit.
naturally like you're doing, you can keep on doing like that.
I will try to mitigate that, sir, while practicing for next 3-4
Yeah.
days next. Actually, one of my mocks they suggested me that this, in my opinion, gives them your point of view and not the bookish point of view.
Don't do it too many times. Once in a while is okay.
Once in a while
But
is
not in
okay.
every sentence.
Okay.
That is only if there is a controversial question which is asking for your opinion. Then
Okay,
you
sir.
can perhaps use it. Yeah.
Okay.
Or if the member asks, like I asked you, what is your view about the agricultural laws?
Yeah,
Then you
yes.
say, my view is this. Otherwise,
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
All the
You've done
best.
well.
Thank
All
Sir,
the best.
One query.
Yeah.
Was my voice getting cracked
No,
while
no, it is
speaking?
perfect.
perfect.
Be natural, just like you're talking. You can't change it now.
Yes,
You
sir.
can't change your voice.
Mhm.
And it's perfect.
So isn't there a major problem in the voice?
No, there is
No,
no
no,
problem. There is no problem at all. Your voice, your modulation, everything is good.
Okay, sir.
You can see the video.
Okay, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And we'll see your name in the list.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.